Lucky Rangers, 3 in a row, sorry. Just 3 in a row. Lucky Rangers, 3 in a row, sorry. Just 3 in a row.
Apologies about that. There was no sound. Is the sound working now? The sound working now? We all good? We all good? Are we all good? Apologies about that. I don't know what was picking. It was meant to be picking up the webcam instead of the microphone. So let us know. I'll recap over what I was saying. Are we all good for sound now? Should be. Happy days. Apologies about that. Apologies. It's just the nerves is kicking in. It always is. The first away game of the season. As I was saying, the yellow kit. Hope we'll have good moments away from home with this yellow kit this season. In the league, Scottish Cup, Scottish League Cup, and hopefully in Europe as well. So, how are we getting on? I hope you had a good day yesterday for the fundraiser for the Palestinian Foundation. Fair play, Peter. I'm sorry you couldn't make it. Obviously, you had the kids over this weekend. So let's just kick it off again. This is the starting lineup. I predicted this last night. So Maeda has made the bench. So James Forrest, Nicholas Cohen, Kyogo are leading the line. Midfield, Atate, O'Reilly, McGregor, as predictable. Left back, Greg Taylor. We don't have any cover for left back. Alistair Johnston, right back. Liam Scales, Carter Vickers, and Kasper Schmeichel's first away game for Celtic. We don't have Laga Bielka on the bench or Naroski. This is the bench now. I did make an error doing this up. It says Alistair Johnson instead of Mikey Johnson, but you know what the crack is anyway. So Sansalo, Odin Holm, Awate, Yang, Paolo Bernardo, Deza Maeda has made the bench. Stephen Welch, that's meant to be Mikey Johnson instead of Alistair Johnson, and Anthony Ralston. So yeah, go me straight away. Is onto him making errors. But someone said to me on Instagram this morning, really good point. The last time Celtic actually beat Hibs at Easter Road in the daylight, not a nighttime game, was back in 2014. So hopefully we can change that today. Hopefully we can get the results. I also want to talk about Matt O'Reilly. So Bournemouth sold Dominic Solanke to Spurs yesterday, to Angel Spurs, for 65 million. Now there's reports coming out that they're looking to get Matt O'Reilly in the door. So I don't know if they're going to actually break the bank and go in for Matt O'Reilly. We seen it last night. Atalanta putting a 23 million bid, which was about £20 million, and it was rejected, and there was no add-ons with that. That was their fourth bid from the Serie A team. I just have a strong feeling that this is gonna go out to the last week. This Matt O'Reilly deal. We should sign Luke McGowan. He looks pretty decent. The Dundee midfielder looks like a good player. And the thing about Luke McGowan, I hope he's not a David Turnbull. You know, the whole David Turnbull thing. He came in on his fourth season. He done all right considering we had a shock of a season. Decent stats, but he just couldn't keep himself fit. You know, I just felt like you had Rogic there, you had Atati that came in, you had Matt O'Reilly. David Turnbull wasn't getting into that side, you know. It wasn't bad for a super sub. Chris Sutton is adamant that Celtic must hold on to O'Reilly, otherwise it'll be a huge blow for Brendan. I agree. They're saying that we need to have a contingency plan in place. Like, we made it clear, Paolo Bernardo is not Matt O'Reilly's replacement. He's not Matt O'Reilly's replacement. We should, if Celtic are quick enough to hold off for like 7 to 8 weeks and try shuffle the price down from 6 million down to 3.5 million for Paolo Bernardo, we should use our skills the other way and push for the valuation to go higher past 30 million. Give Keith a like. If you can give me a like, it'd be really appreciated. As I said, wearing a long sleeve Bumblebee today as well. Don't have the yellow jersey just yet. I have the goalkeeper yellow top, but it's in the wash. Cash on the back of it. But I wouldn't mind Luke McGowan. I think, you know, domestically he'd be a good option, but it means you have to clear out the midfield. Now, Bosun Lowell is about to join Stoke. He was at Stoke's game yesterday, so it'll be a matter of no time when he's confirmed. Hopefully we can tear them apart. Hopefully. Like, Hibs will be up for it. We'll have a lower allocation today in the South Stand as well. But Hibs is a shambles of a club, the way they deal with their home fans. Can't even fill that stadium. The only time they even try near fill that stadium is for the Edinburgh Derby. The same with Tynecastle. Shambolic. They're ruining Scottish football, these teams, by cutting the away allocation. The reason why they cut the away allocation was down to Rangers acting to go the last couple of times they've been there. So, yeah. Like, preferably, I said this last night on the channel. I'll just repeat it again. If we keep Matt O'Reilly past this window and he goes in January, I think that's a good success for Celtic. It means that we're getting half a season out of him. You know, it means that we can have plans in place where we can go in to the window in January. And we know that if Matt's going for a lucrative price, I think we can make more money by keeping Matt O'Reilly at the club, especially with him being on another 3 years of these contracts. So why not? Why not? Mackenzie, you didn't join last night. Probably too late. Would you be happy if we get Maeda and Schlupp? Hopefully we get Jeff Schlupp in the door. I think he looks like a unit. I think he can play left back. He's 31 years of age, wealth of experience for Palace. He's been at Palace since 2017. 250 games. Premier League winner with Leicester. Knows Kasper Schmeichel. You know, he can hit a ball from outside the box as well. You know, he's pretty decent in the air as well. He's only 5'10", but I'd be delighted we get him. I think we'll probably get him for about 3.5 million. They're willing to sell him with his final year left. The whole situation with Adam Maeda, if we don't have him in the door by Wednesday, I'm completely giving up on this Adam Maeda stuff. I think it's getting boring. It's getting frustrating for some fans. As I said, it's not a case that we're on a small budget to go out and get a handful of players. We have money there to spend in the squad. If you want to move up a level, you got to invest. You got to invest. Simple as that. That's how it works. So let's look at our form to Hibs. Just 2 seconds now. Should have had this tab set up and all. Been busy all morning. Exciting times. All matches. How are you all feeling? Do you think we'll keep Matt O'Reilly past this window? Do you think we'll get Adam Maeda in? Are you a fan of Adam Maeda? Do you want Adam Maeda? Let me know in the comments. Like, they were beaten yesterday 2-0 by Oxford. I actually watched the highlights last night. I watched the first half an hour of it yesterday. And, okay, there's no point to being at a club. There's no point being in a job when you're not happy. You know, you got to think of the best for yourself. And there's a club that's interested in them, and it's it's not just Celtic that are interested. Hellas Verona are interested in that Maeda. But I just think Norwich are holding off towards the end of the window to see will Celtic panic buy. So it looks ridiculous at the moment. Yeah, they rejected 4.5 million back about 6 weeks ago. Hibs had too many managers coming and going, unsettled and below. But this is the thing. They always do well against us. It's the same story with Hibs every season. They'll give a manager probably an average of 10 months and then they're gone again. They're gone. So altogether, we played Hibs 92 times. We've beaten Hibs 56 times. 23 draws and 13 wins for Hibs. Now, this is going back to, these records are going back to 1986, by the way, folks. So, it's obviously well more than that. So, this is just going back from 1986. The last win, obviously, was Easter Road. Maeda came up with the goods. The previous win was the 6th of December. We beat them 4-1 at Celtic Park. Then we played them back in October 2023, which was a 0-0 game. We didn't look like we were even going to score in the game. I think James Forrest hit the crossbar, the only decent chance in the game. Mickey Johnson tried to pull off a bit of magic. Previous game before that was towards the end of the season before when we got beaten 4-2. Maeda got sent off in that game. And then 3-1. So, as I said, the last time we beat them at Easter Road in the daylight was back in 2014. Virgil van Dijk scored an absolute cracker of a free kick. Unbelievable. I don't even remember. I think it was 3-1 that day. I could be wrong. Or 3-0. I think O'Reilly will go for 27 million and we'll get Maeda. I think Celtic could be just holding off for the Maeda money and then O'Reilly money and then getting Maeda. We all could speculate. 3-0 Celtic. Brendan's ambitions are based on Riley staying 100%. He said on the Angela, I hope you're doing well. Thanks very much for joining the membership as well, Angela. I really appreciate it. There's a few people have joined the membership over the last couple of days. So there's an option there for super thanks or join the membership for 99 pence. Dreadful stats with Hibs. Yeah, 13. They've only beaten us 13 times since 1986 in all competitions. 13 times. Mad to think, innit? Crazy to think. But we have taken a lot of points off as regards to draws as well. I like Matt to stay to January 100%. I think we're in a great position to keep him. It just shows that his ambition will probably be somewhere else in the near future. He probably will want to go to the Premier League. He probably will want to, think of himself as that of his career at Celtic. Look, he's had nearly 3 years at Celtic and he's won 6 trophies. He's been a part of a treble winning squad. He's scored in derbies. He's been man of match performances. He is getting better and better. He's worked under 2 managers as well. It will take time. Today will be the difference, 3-0. Hopefully. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 today. I think Hibs to score first. As much as you don't want to hear that, he's probably rolling his eyes. Hibs to score first. James Forrest and Kyogo. I did say Kun last night, but I'm gonna go James Forrest. James Forrest loads a goal at Easter Road. Let me see. Let's have a look at. He's got a hat trick against Hibs the previous season. That's the season before. James Forrest is only worth 1 million on transfer market. Crazy. What a legend. Stats by clubs, all goals. Record against. Let's see. See who came here. So James Forrest, I'll just share this for you. It'll be just easier. There's only 20 people tuning in. That's fine. That's completely fine. As I said, this is your first time coming in to the channel. Do subscribe. I'll try again on a full time as well for half an hour. So this is James Forrest stats against all clubs, right? 27 times against Hibs, right? 15 wins, 9 draws, 3 defeats, 7 goals against Hibs, 4 assists, and 1 yellow card. That's James's stats. So hopefully you'll add to that today. We'll see what happens. Maeda's on the bench, yeah. About time. Dazon's back. Obviously he picked up that Picked up that knee injury against Chelsea, and it's good to see him back in there in the mix as well. And Daniel Gazdak. Daniel Gazdak is the guy that we've been linked from Philadelphia Union in the MLS. I'll just pull up his stats. Pretty decent stats as well. His transfer market is 9 million. 9 million for... He's a 28-year-old. Should be gone for a little bit younger. So let's have a look at his stats. Right, just display this for you now. Maeda has good energy. I'm delighted to have him back. He's played well since he came into the door at Celtic. You know, some people slate him for his final end product, but his work rate is unbelievable. So this is Daniel Gazdak, folks. 28 years of age. So far this season in the MLS, he has played... What is that? He's played 21 games, 14 goals. Jesus. He's doing well. 14 goals. What's that? The MLS League Cup. His contract is up at the end of 2025. Transfer market value 9 million. I think we could get him for about 6.5 million. I don't think we're going to pay 9 million. So there you go. There's his stats this season so far. 15 goals, 24 games, over 2,000 minutes on his belt. See, the MLS season kicks off in March as well. The end of February, start of March. So, yeah, that's pretty decent. Obviously, we're being linked with Tanner Tasman as well, of Venice in Serie A. So we'll see what happens with him. We could get him. Money talks. It just depends. It depends when Matt goes. If Matt goes, as I said, I think we're in a good position to keep Matt. I thought he was 26. Now he's 28. I thought he was 26 as well. I don't know. Like, decent stats, but could he go up that level and play in the Scottish League compared to the MLS? Got 2 years left his contract. How are we feeling, folks? Dreadful stats with Hibs. So I'm going to jump off now in about 3 minutes' time, folks. I'll try to get back on after full time. I'm going to go 2-1 Celtic. James Forrest and Kyogo. Hopefully a big performance out of Kasper Schmeichel today. Just to recap, this is the team, except Alistair Johnson down the bottom. He's actually playing right back. So that's meant to be Mikey Johnson. So you got Kasper Schmeichel in there, Liam Scales, Carter Vickers, Alistair Johnson, Greg Taylor, Callum McGregor, Matt O'Reilly, Rio Atate, James Forrest, Nicholas Kuhn, Kyogo, Sinsalo's on the bench, Home, Owate, Yang, Bernardo, Maeda, Welch, maybe Mikey Johnston, and Anthony Ralston. Anthony Ralston was a part of that. Anthony Ralston scored that night. We won 3-1 back against them back in 21. Carter Vickers scored, Ralston scored, and Kyogo scored that night. What about Patrick Berg? We've been previously linked with him. No, I've heard nothing about him, to be honest with you. Patrick Berg. Let me have a look. Patrick Berg from right, folks. I'm gonna head anyways, right? I'm gonna jump off and I'll be back on to you about full time, right? We'll have a chat. Hell.